frostbite
Oh,
too.
totally.
So
totally.
that's awesome.
That was a silver lining to what was a pretty wild day yesterday, Kelly.
Yeah, you know, we saw a lot of icing, and even this morning there is still some lingering around the Portland metro area. So be careful, not just driving, but also walking. Our main concerns this morning will be the side streets where there is still some patchy ice, and over it, a layer of rainwater. It's been raining and temperatures back in the mid-30s, which has been helpful to kind of wash away and erode some of the ice that we got Tuesday and Wednesday. So there we go. Temperatures are mainly in the mid-upper 30s right now. Take a look across the region. There's a wider view, and we're much warmer towards the south and also around the coastline, but also relatively warmer for the gorge too. Now, temperatures there still in the mid-20s, still getting snowfall out to Hood River and also some freezing rain right on the west end of the gorge. But the good news is this Arctic air mass that had been in place since the weekend is now shifting east and out the door. So as these east winds drive in today and those winds strengthen out of the gorge, we're not pulling in as cold of air. We sat in a freezer box in Portland all weekend long, which did cause the freezing rain coming on Tuesday night and Wednesday to really stick to all surfaces because we were just so cold. But this round with this warm up, it may be tough for this freezing rain that may arrive through today to really re-ice all these surfaces out there. I think it's going to be a lot lighter and a lot patchier around Portland. So here we go. This next storm coming in, we've got a chance to see some patchy freezing rain anytime from about midday and beyond. Now, the icing does not look widespread. It'll be targeting those neighborhoods and areas closer to the gorge where we're pulling in the most cold air. So I'm looking at areas of East Portland, maybe east of I-205 even, and portions of East Clark County there out in southwest Washington. Also, models are showing much lighter icing too, maybe up to about 1/10 of an inch, and that's about it. And not everyone's going to see that icing. Also watching the West Hills, we're higher up, we are a little colder, and also portions of the Tualatin Valley and the Coast Range. But again, this does not look like a widespread event, so don't compare it to what we just saw here. The icing that comes will likely be very patchy, and most folks will likely just see a cold and wet day instead of freezing rain out there. So here's our futurecast. Again, that east wind ramps up from the gorge here, driving in some colder conditions. Will likely dip to near freezing around Portland, maybe 32, 33 degrees, but it's those pockets at freezing and below that will see the best chance for freezing rain. That's again near Corbett, likely around Gresham, maybe Sandy, out to portions of East Clark County too, out in southwest Washington, east of Vancouver even. So again, still watching out for some icing here. Also, the West Hills could see some icing too, and patchy freezing rain with this system coming in. We're still bringing in lots of moisture. We'll get a mix of rain in there too, but these temperatures kind of toggling the low to mid 30s today. So it may be tough to really see that freezing rain sticking just slightly too warm for that. But we're going to watch that closely. There still could be slick spots. We then dry right back out heading into our Friday. So this event mainly happening through today, and then we get a break from it and we dry out on Friday. So here's a 7-day forecast. We're going to watch the day very closely. There could be some patchy freezing rain, but do not expect the widespread event that we just had. We then warm up over the weekend, temperatures back in the lower to mid 40s, then the low 50s heading into next week.
Thanks so much, Kelly.